Hi, I'm Coach Kura for boys swimming and diving. I'd like to start out by saying thank you to the GAB. They did a nice thing by helping us pay for our new travel bags. The guys love it. Holds everything we need to take with us to and from practice and competition, so much appreciation towards the GAB. Secondly, I'd like to thank the boys for a great season. They worked their tails off. They did a great job coming every day ready to practice and compete. And lastly, I'm really excited about the direction of the program. We were very young this year, had many underclassmen on the varsity that are returning, so the future looks bright. Looking forward to continuing to work with these guys. Wish our seniors the best next year, and just really excited about Elk Grove swimming and diving in the direction that we're headed.
I actually had two favorite memories this year. My first favorite memory was qualifying for state. We had a lot of injuries this year, and we were in a really competitive sectional. So when they announced our name to go to state, it proved that all of our hard work paid off. And my second favorite memory was just the state weekend in general. The kids were super focused, but they were still having a lot of fun. Even though we had a really young team and a lot of them had never been to state before, they were able to go out there. They were really confident. They hit the routine, and it was the perfect performance to end on. As far as the future goes for Elk Grove Co-ed Cheer, our JV team did compete this year, so they were able to get that experience. They got second place at the Barrington JV competition. So we have a lot of strong leaders and some skills coming up. Even though we graduated 8 seniors from varsity, we still have over half our team coming back, and we're just really excited to see all the improvements in the off season.
You know, what qualities of the team am I most proud of? I'd say the togetherness. I think the boys really came together. We were nothing short of being like a family with each other. The guys, one of our slogans, our mottos, talking about play hard and for each other. I thought the guys really did that, and I thought it was exhibited in its highest form towards the end of the season in games against Taft and Evanston. You know, my favorite memory from this season, just probably the bonding experiences that we had at whether it was a program dinner, which I'd like to thank all the parents that were a part of that and helped out with those. They were fantastic, and I know the kids really enjoyed them. So I enjoyed all 3 of those. I'd like to thank Gab for all the support that they've offered us this year. Specifically, thank you for purchasing our new basketball racks. They look fantastic. So we're not going to have to be scrambling. We'll always know that there's 16 balls in each one, and they're always going to be locked up. So thank you for that. Thank you again for your support throughout the season, whether it was from the players on up to the parents to the staff in the building, the community members, the administration here at Elk Grove. Feels like one big family, and I am very glad and happy that I am a part of it. Thank you.
I think the quality I'm most proud about on our team is we were like super competitive. We fought in every game. We kept everything close. We never really let too many games get away from us. And our coach talked about that relentlessness that we kept playing with. My favorite memory from the season probably be the Meadows game at home, playing in our packed gym against the number 9 kid in the country. It was fun. We went to overtime. Competitive game. The atmosphere was insane. Probably the most fun basketball game I've ever played in. I'd like to thank the GAB for purchasing the ball racks for our program. Those will definitely be useful in the future. I think the future of the program's definitely in good hands with Coach O. He knows what he's doing. He likes to build a competitive atmosphere, and I think they're going to be heading nowhere but up.
Qualities of the team that I'm most important of this year is the camaraderie between all the girls. So they weren't just a dance team this year. We really were a family. All the girls relied on each other. They did things outside of practice. They practiced during the school hours. They practiced on breaks. They were very awesome this year, and it really felt really cohesive and like they all were dancing as one. My favorite memory this year is pretty random, but it was during warm-up one time before a football game, I think it was, And all the girls all of a sudden were talking about how they brush their teeth and whether or not they put the toothpaste on first, then they put water and then brush, or you put water, then toothpaste, and then brush. So it was a huge conversation and lasted until our very last day of this season and was even brought up in the senior video. So that to me was one of the best silly moments of this season, and I will always remember.
When I look back on the girls' gymnastics season from this year, and I try and think of a favorite memory or a favorite moment, there's really not one single thing that comes to mind, and that's because this season in and of itself has been one of my favorites, and it's just been a collection of great memories and moments. Some of the funniest, including watching the latest video mashups that the girls do, whether it's to their falls and crashes or their own rendition of the Office intro and their own naming of the cage, to some of the most rewarding moments, such as watching the girls get a new skill for the first time, a round of back tuck or a flyaway, or competing a difficult skill and landing in competition, like a 1.5, or making giants for the first time. One of the proudest things for me, though, this season has been watching the girls just grow into really beautiful individuals, and they are just so caring and compassionate, energetic and funny, and that's something that can't be beat and something that I just cannot speak to enough. We're losing a lot of seniors that have really given so much to our program and have helped form it into what it is today. And so to each of you seniors, thank you so much. I and your teammates have learned so much from you. And to everyone else that's returning, I can't wait to see you fill their shoes and the next step that you're going to take this program to. So I look forward to seeing you in the off season and to a better and bigger and even more successful season next year. So see you then.
First off, I wanted to thank the Gab because we were looking pretty spiffy this year in our new travel gear as well as backpacks, so we really looked like a team when we were on the road, and I know the girls were very excited about those things, so thanks to Gab for helping us out with those. And my favorite memory for the team this year would have to be beating Prospect on senior night at home. The girls really came together as a team. Obviously winning for your seniors is awesome, and everyone contributed, but also that game really meant that we ended up being 5-5 in conference and ended up third in conference for the season, which was one of our best finishes in a couple of years, so we were very excited about that finish as a team.
Alright, I think my favorite moment of the season is when we beat Prospect for the first time in a couple of years. We were all together and excited, and it was just the most exciting experience we've ever had together. I'd like to thank Gab for our jumpsuits. Really love those. They're nice. I'd like to thank my coaches for pushing me throughout the season, along with my parents. So thank you.
My favorite moment of the season was probably our win against Prospect. It was senior night. There was a lot of energy. It was just a really exciting game to win, and it put us over the edge, so we got third place in the MSL on the east side. And I'd like to thank our coaches, all of our parents, Mama Guth especially, doing a lot for us, and my teammates, because we wouldn't be where we're at without everybody working together and working really hard.
I first would like to take this opportunity in thanking Gab for the generous donation they made to our program. We used that money to buy much needed items and supplies for the girls. As far as the season goes, we accomplished our three main goals. We competed, we beat several top tier teams, one of which was Schaumburg, who finished 7th in the state. We improved over 6 pins per girl per game, and along the way we had some fun. We also hosted the Mid-Suburban League Conference Tournament without a glitch. Natalia Villegas and Sonia Sanchez Correa qualified for state, finishing 2nd and 3rd. So all in all, I could safely say girls bowling had a successful season. Thank you.
I would like to thank, first of all, Miss Mr. Ray, my coach, which gave me many tips and advice. He would always push me and make me feel confident in myself. And another person I would like to thank is Miss Dirdinger, which helped me throughout the season with practices. And my favorite part of the season was when I knew I had to compete against Natalia, because I knew that she was one of the most hard bowlers to compete against, and I was just amazed that we both made it to state. First of all, because it was Natalia's first year, and then I've already had the experience.
Hello, I'm Natalia Villegas, and I'm a part of the Elk Grove bowling team. This season was very fun. My favorite part was that we got to represent Elk Grove High School in state finals. And I would also like to thank my coaches and my parents for all their support during the season.
I'd like to say thank you to Gab for purchasing record boards for the wrestling room for the MSL Conference Champions and state qualifiers. It's been nice to see the history of Elk Grove wrestling with our MSL champs and state qualifiers, so that our kids want to get their names up there. And it was nice this year to actually add a couple names. So again, thank you to Gab for giving our kids something to shoot for. And also, favorite memory or special moments from the season. One would have to be beating Wheeling at home. It's the first time, and honestly, no one really knows how long. I've asked other coaches and past wrestlers, and no one is really sure the last time Elk Grove beat Wheeling in wrestling. So that was awesome. And also seeing Griffin McEnroe be the first MSL conference champion from Elk Grove in 11 years, and then also watching him qualify for state, which the fact that he was an MSL champion and state qualifier in the same year hasn't happened at Elk Grove for 24 years. So it was an awesome season for Griff. Our team finished 12-7 with a winning record in dual meets, and again, that hasn't happened for a long time either. So this team has really kind of turned around the whole program at Elk Grove.
My favorite memory of this year was going into state and seeing the big stadium and just walking out of the tunnel and seeing everything. I'd like to thank my coaches, my parents for putting all the time to work, especially Vargas for helping me through everything, all 4 years of wrestling, and just pushing me to be my best wrestler and best person I could possibly be. Mike Neville, of course.